Hello students, let us continue chapter 6 life processes. Today we are going to discuss our next topic respiration. What is respiration? A process of breakdown of simple carbohydrates. Simple carbohydrates such as glucose to release energy in the body is known as respiration. It is quite different from breathing. Breathing is just inhalation of oxygen into the body, while respiration is breaking down of carbohydrates like glucose to release energy in the body. And the as this process occurs inside the living cells, it is also known as cellular respiration. The energy released during respiration is always stored in the form of ATP. ATP is energy currency for cellular process. Let us have an activity to demonstrate that carbon dioxide is exhaled by us during breathing. In case of breathing, we know that we inhale oxygen while we exhale carbon dioxide. So, let us discuss. Take two clean glass test tubes. Label one of the tube as A and other as B. In each test tube, add about 10 ml of freshly prepared lime water, calcium hydroxide solution. In first case, use a syringe or pitchkari to pass air through some fresh lime water taken in the test tube. And in second case, blow air through tube in a lime water. Note how long it takes for this lime water to turn milky. In which test tube? So, our observation, let us observe. Lime water turns milky in both the test tubes A and B. But the change occurs more rapidly in case of B test tube, because the air that we expel contain more carbon dioxide. So this activity tells us that the amount of carbon dioxide is more in the air that we breathe out, and hence carbon dioxide is produced in the process of respiration inside the body. Next activity to demonstrate that carbon dioxide is produced during fermentation. So take some fruit juice or sugar solution and mix some yeast to this mixture. So keep this mixture in a test tube fitted with one whole cork. Cork should be covered over there. Fit the cork with a band glass tube as shown in the figure. Dip the free end of the glass tube, band glass tube, into another test tube containing freshly prepared lime water, and observe it properly. So after some time, the color of freshly prepared lime water will turn milky. It will consume some time to get to change the color, as because the process is fermentation. So this activity shows that one of the product of fermentation is carbon dioxide. The food material taken in during the process of nutrition is used in cells to release energy. So diverse organisms do this in different ways. Some organisms use oxygen to break down the glucose completely. That is known as aerobic respiration. But some organisms use other pathway to break down glucose incompletely without use of oxygen. This is known as anaerobic respiration. Let us discuss breakdown of glucose by various pathways, either aerobic or anaerobic. In all cases, the first step is the breakdown of glucose. It means a 6 carbon molecule into a 3 carbon molecule. This first step is known as pyruvate. This process conducted in cytoplasm. Further, pyruvate may be converted into ethanol and carbon dioxide as shown in the equation already. Then this process is only conducted in case of yeast during fermentation, as it is in absence of oxygen, so it is known as anaerobic respiration. But breakdown of pyruvate using oxygen take place only in mitochondria. This process actually break up the 3 carbon pyruvate molecule to give 3 molecules of carbon dioxide, and the other product is water. Since this process conducted in the presence of oxygen, it is known as aerobic respiration. And the release of energy in this aerobic process is a lot more than in anaerobic process. Sometimes when there is a deficiency of oxygen in our muscle cells, another pathway for the breakdown of pyruvate is taken. Here the pyruvate is converted into lactic acid, which is also a 3 carbon molecule. This buildup of lactic acid in our muscles during sudden activity causes cramps in our body. The energy released during cellular respiration is immediately used to synthesize a molecule known as ATP, which is used to fuel all other activities in the cell, which is very important. In this processes, ATP is broken down, giving rise to a fixed amount of energy, which can drive the endothermic reactions in the particular cell. Let us discuss human respiratory system. In human beings, air is taken into the body through the nose. The air passing through the nostrils is filtered by fine hairs that line the passage. The passage is also lined with the mucus, which help in this process. From here, the air passes through the throat and then into the lungs. Rings of cartilage are present in the throat. These ensure that the air passage does not collapse. Sufficient space should be there. Within the lungs, the passage divides into smaller and smaller tubes, which finally terminate in balloon-like structure, which are called alveoli. The alveoli provide a surface where the exchange of gases can take place. Here we can observe this in the diagram. The walls of the alveoli contain an extensive network of blood vessels. When we breathe in, we lift our ribs and flatten our diaphragm. Diaphragm shown in the figure, it is the lower part of human respiratory system, and the chest cavity becomes larger as a result. Because of this, air is sucked into the lungs and fills the expanded alveoli. The blood brings carbon dioxide from the rest of the body for release into the alveoli, and oxygen in the alveolar air is taken up by the blood in the blood vessels to be transported to all the cells in the body. It means this organ is used for exchange of gases. During the breathing cycle, when air is taken in and let out, the lungs always contain a residual volume of air so that there is sufficient time for oxygen to be absorbed and for the carbon dioxide to be released. In human beings, the respiratory pigment is hemoglobin, which has a very high affinity for oxygen. This pigment is present in the red blood corpuscles, while carbon dioxide is more soluble in water than oxygen, and hence is mostly transported in the dissolved form of our blood. So, students, I hope you understood the human respiratory system and respiration topic. Thank you for listening.